It's good, peace, family. Shamar Bay here again. Talk about religion a little bit. I had, from the last video, I had a couple of people call me, reached out to a couple of people. One person, we've been going back and forth playing hit or miss, but I'm gonna catch up with the chief out of Georgia. But yeah, just want to talk a little bit about religion, just from a couple of the questions that I got from the phone calls I received. They weren't all about religion, but I think they all connected. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah. So first of all, it's just some of the stuff I hear, man. I don't even know where to start. Black Jesus, Hebrew Israelites, just all kind of craziness. Everybody want to be like God's chosen people. And that's the craziest thing, because I have read a lot of books about creation, about the creation of man. And from a lot of different tribes throughout Africa, and even, you know, the Hindus, the Indians, those type of, what do they call them? I can't think of the name of them right now. But yeah, everybody, the thing is, everybody's got a claim to have known God first. Everybody's claim is they was the first people to know God, and they the chosen people of God. And it's just crazy that all the stories are similar. I mean, I get it because it's religion, but the fact that most people don't take the time out to look at nothing else except for their religion. For instance, a Christian's gonna only deal with Christianity and the Bible. They're not gonna even, well, majority of them, they won't even go and look into something else and just see or do any kind of research or do any kind of digging. They just take it and believe it because that's what their mother believe, or that's what their grandmother believe, or, you know, it's been passed down through the family. So it's like, first of all, most of the time, if you talk to your grandmother, you talk to somebody of age, they'll tell you that in order to be freed from as a slave, you had to become a Christian. So that there alone lets you know that it was forced on us, first of all. And I get a thing about religion as far as we had a Christianity before the Europeans, or we already had religion, we already had this, or we was already doing this. In that case, yeah, but it wasn't the way that we understand religion today. It was more like, okay, I got Christianity. Okay, I got Islam. Okay, I got Buddhism. So it was like math, science, and like they've separated and gave you pieces of the puzzle. So that goes back to like removing 14 books and translation and revising, and they did a whole lot of stuff to the book to where you can't go and put your faith and your trust in it. And then you get the one with Black Jesus, and that one is real crazy for me, because it's like they want this Jesus to be black so bad. But to me, that makes it worse. You telling me we went through the worst slavery in the history of the world, and your God sit back and he did nothing. He watched. So, yeah, that's why that whole thing, like, okay, yeah, it said his skin was this, and oh man. And a lot of people, they haven't even read it for themselves. So it basically say that his hair was as white as wool. It didn't say that he had hair like wool. It said it was as white as wool, and his skin was as bronze. But either way, it's just crazy how people want to make him out to be a black man or a brother or whatever. And it's like, well, where was he? The worst slavery in the history of the world. Where was your God? So that's another one that's crazy. I'm just, all of the things that was that was sent to me through message and through phone calls, I'm just trying to sit here I should have wrote them down, but I'm trying to think of all of them so I can just kind of put them out there and deal with them. God. Yeah, somebody asked me, what do I think about the new female God that they have discovered in the Bible? That's another one that's crazy. God, for me, first and foremost, God is everything in creation. The creator is the creation itself. So God don't have a sex, whether male or female. Everything in existence is God. It has the essence of God. It has the spirit of God. Take me, for instance. If I'm first, if I'm the creator, if I'm God, if whatever name you want to use, if I'm the Most High and I create you, are you not the same thing as me? Right. So we never stop being God because we all are an extension of the creator. So I'm just here as Shamar in the flesh, having an earthly experience as God. And God is here all over, the trees, the animals. There's nothing that's more evil than the next. It's just a circle of life. Like they try to say the snake is evil. Like, where would we be without a snake, without snakes? We need snakes in the environment, just like we need bees, just like we need ants, just like we need butterflies. The least thing that we could probably, that probably don't, the one thing that the earth could probably do without is humans, to be honest. Everything else, like, got a purpose. We the only ones that don't know our purpose because we follow ideologies and we follow thoughts of other men, and we won't connect with our own spirit. And so we don't know ourselves. And it's kind of crazy because if we were in our indigenous cultures, all of this would have been taught to us by our elders, by our grandmothers, or by our aunts, or by our parents. But instead, we've been taught a lot of lies. We've been taught a lot of bull. And most people, they know that, you know, we came out of slavery. We wasn't able to read and write. And now that they can read and write, and you in the information age and you got a smartphone in your hand and a computer at your house, like, you won't go do no research. You won't do your own digging. You just continue believing. And that's another thing, that word believing. That's a crazy word because most people don't understand the word itself. To believe. To believe something means that there is no facts behind it. Like, people believe in Santa Claus, people believe in the Easter Bunny, people believe in Jesus, but there is no facts nowhere on the face of the earth to ever prove that it existed. That's a belief. That's the difference between believing and knowing. So at the end of the day, you can believe that Jesus died for your sins, or you can know that your ancestors was raped, killed, murdered, burnt, shot, killed, whatever, for you. But you're not honoring your mothers and fathers. You honoring something else that was given to you after you came up out of slavery, instead of honoring your ancestors, honoring your bloodline. I'm going to honor my mother and father. I'm going to honor their mother and father. I'm going to honor their mother and father all the way back to the creation. So I'm going to honor my bloodline. So as long as I'm honoring my ancestors, I'm honoring my creator. I'm honoring my existence. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. Everything else is somebody else's ideology. Without my mother and father, I wouldn't be here. Without their mother and father, they wouldn't be here. All the way back to whatever that creation is that nobody knows. So we can follow man's ideology, or we can just follow that spirit that we was given and just be in tune with that spirit, connect with nature, block all of that following this man, that man, this man's ideology. That's something totally just is outrageous. I'm trying to think while I'm babbling. I'm trying to think of what else was, oh yeah, somebody spoke something about the Moors. So I'm gonna speak on that a little bit. No, the Moors were not the first one. And this is my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that I agree with every Moor. I'm not gonna say that I agree totally with no Bajrali. I don't agree totally with no man, 100%, because all men have flaws, and like we all here learning. So I'm sure when Noble Ali first started off, you know what I'm saying, he learned some stuff later on down the line, and he figured out, hey, this stuff I learned early on, you know, this here debunks that. This knocked that out the box. So now this is what it is. So we learning and we learning and we learning. So I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use my own at the end of the day. And that's what we should be doing. We should be listening to our spirit and listening to what convict us instead of listening to what somebody said or what we read out of book. Like, don't get me wrong. You can get a lot out of books. I've got a lot out of books, but at the end of the day, I listen to my spirit. I listen to that voice in my head. And that's how I navigate and that's how I move. But back to the Moors. So yeah, the original people of this land was Aboriginals. Moors, did their empire stretch to the Americas? Without a doubt. The Marines, they sing about it in their song. They put it right in everything is right in your face. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We fight our country battles, land, water, sea, something like that. They telling you how they defeated you on both shores. Most people don't realize that there's different governments right here in the U.S. But on Indian reservations, they have their own government. Duh. So yes, there is more than one government here in the U.S. And if you choose to follow the Constitution and stand on the Constitution, then that's your choice. You got the free will. You got choice. It's supposed to be the land of the free. But if you just want to follow everybody else because this is the way that it's taught, and go get a birth certificate instead of a certificate of live birth, and just, you know, it's a lot that we weren't taught. And it's like a lot of people, they say this and they say that, but when you listen to their solution, it's like, huh? It don't make no sense, because Martin, Malcolm, like everybody, they all spoke about a nation. And at the end of the day, we the only people without a nationality. So no matter what you want to believe or think, like nationality and birthrights is something that wasn't taught to us. Most people you talk to, they don't understand the importance of birthrights, nationality, or status. So, like, a lot of conversations I have with people is like, bro, first you just need to go read the Constitution and you need to know where you stand. And you need to try to realize, like, why they so, like, busy trying to change the Constitution. Why? What is it about this Constitution? Because the Constitution are telling you your rights, and it's telling you that you can't turn a right into a privilege. But that's what they did with everything that you paying for. Everything that you pay for that's attached to a license or a register or whatever, you being taxed is privilege that was once it was a right for you. As people of this land, it was your right to have certain freedoms and do certain things. But you have turned over your rights for privileges. And instead of going and doing some kind of research, people rather, you know, argue. You can do your genealogy and you can trace back your tribe. And if you want, you can, you know, register or join your tribe and fall up under that government. Like, there's choices. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not telling nobody to follow no ideology, no person. Don't listen to me. Don't follow me. I've just put information out there. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I just put the information out there, and I put information out there as I understand it or as I receive it. And so I know a lot of people be mad about the video, but hey, like I say, That's how I deal with it, and that's how I move, that's how I navigate, that's how I live my life. And it worked for me. So with that, what else was it? Let me think. I believe that's it. I wish I had y'all live so I can get the questions from y'all live. That would have been good, but I'm gonna come back and do it again. I was just in the area, so I stopped by Lance and gonna do this.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man. No thanks.
I'm jumping the camera with you with my big head. I always look funny when I get in front of the camera anyway. I want to say, brother,
hey,
thank
man,
you so
camera
much.
Make all us look funny.
For real, I look like a big lollipop, man. For real, big fat lollipop.
I got a big old forehead.
Anyway, brother, thanks for stopping by.
For sure.
I had to get you in front of these stripes. These are real stripes that represent.
Yeah, man, that was the real purpose, man. I had to get one in the studio, man.
Because we're going to do a little renovation. The stripes will be a little, we're going to keep that in the wraps right now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you've been watching the videos, you've been getting some hints, so you know. But I ain't saying. It's just going to be something good coming. And we're going to expand and we'll truly be international. That's all I'll say.
And I got another one coming up on religion that I'm going to go in a little bit. And that's why I'm just touching on a couple of little bases. Because the next one I'm going to be out in the field and we really going to go in on religion.
Yes.
And not just religion, man. I want y'all to understand like what we had before we had religion. Because that's at the end of the day, that's the most important, is to reclaim what we lost. And honor our mother and fathers. If you can't honor your mother and fathers if you following somebody else's culture, or following somebody else's ideology, or following somebody else's God. So at the end of the day, you got to follow your own, because there's many gods. God said he's a jealous God. Don't put no other gods before him. So he's telling you he's jealous and there's many. But then he turn around and tell you, hey, serve man. So he don't want you to serve no other God, but he wants you to serve other men. You know, a lot of Christians actually believe that, especially the older Christians. They believe that the voodoo or whatever name you want to give it was so evil that God made as a footstool to the Europeans for 400 years or for however many years because we were so evil in our spirituality.
But they're going to take our spirituality and use it against us.
So why wait till next week? Let's deal with it. Let's deal with it. All right, man. So first of all, in the Old Testament, you would take a lamb. If you did anything wrong, if you did any sins or whatever, you would take a lamb, you would cut its throat, you would take it to the altar, and you would do a blood sacrifice. In the New Testament, you had this man come along named Justice or Jesus or whatever name you want to give him. He came through bringing justice. That's at the end of the day, that's what he did. He brought justice. He turned over the table at the synagogues and all that. It was about justice. But yeah, the blood sacrifice, he came along and he became the final sacrifice. So now in church, people drank the blood of Christ. They drank the wine to symbolize the blood of Christ. And it's a ritual that they don't understand, but they do it. Another ritual is they eat the crackers, which is supposed to be symbol of the flesh.
You said beat the crackers?
No, eat the crackers.
Oh, eat the crackers. Okay, yeah.
Eat the crackers. The crackers.
I was thinking about some revenge.
That's the flesh.
I'm just playing with you.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be the flesh.
Right.
So that's at the end of the day, that's the ceremony is a cannibalism. So they're involving themselves in cannibalism and don't realize the ceremony. They're not really eating the human flesh, even though they eat meat, but they still eat the cracker that symbolize the human flesh. So in voodoo, what you do, you take the chicken, you cut its throat, you put it on the altar, you release the spirit, you call on another spirit. So it's the same thing. In the church, you have all your candles in the church. Even though you got all these lights, all these stained windows with natural light coming through, you got these candles. Those candles, they never light the candles only on certain ceremonies.
See, ceremony.
You know what I'm saying? In voodoo, you won't see the candles lit. Right? Okay. So I'm just showing y'all how your religion comes from a spirituality that you've been taught was evil, and now you worshiping it in another way and you don't understand it. So, and mostly in the Baptists, I want to say the AME is a couple of them, they catch the Holy Ghost. Now you have some people that fake it, but you have some people, it be real. They go to speaking in tongues. Sometimes it's a little old lady and you know it's real because she got like 6, 7 men trying to hold her and they can't hold her, you know, so you know it's real. So in voodoo, when they call on the spirit and they have that out of body experience, it's the same thing, right? So I'm just saying this to say, you know, basically, man, you have to know what you getting yourself into, what you involving yourself in. You have to go and you have to look at other things, especially something that they told you was evil. And like I said before, can you use it for evil? Without a doubt. Is that its intent? No. But like I say,
Christianity, how much evil came out of that?
Every war is basically based on Christianity attacking Muslims. Matter of fact, in Africa right now, Africans killing Africans. The biggest murder that's going on as far as Africans killing Africans is Muslims and Christians fighting. That's the biggest thing over in Africa right now. Fighting for territory, and it's the Muslims don't want the Christians here and the Christians don't want the Muslims here, and it's basically the Christians, the ones that kicking the Muslims out and saying they don't belong and they this and they that and they this. And it's like, really, at the end of the day, they all religions, and they try to give the Muslims a bad name because they tie suicide bombs to themselves. And it's like, man, look, if you're going to keep coming to my country, you're going to keep bombing me, you're going to keep killing my people, you're going to keep doing all of these things to my women, to my children, then yeah, my last result is to tie a bomb to myself and kill myself and kill you. So them people, they fighting to live. They not suicidal. They ain't trying to kill themselves. They not suicidal bombers. They trying to get this message across like, look, man, we tired of y'all killing us. Right. So
since you killing us,
yeah, since you killing,
kill me and take 10 of y'all with me.
That's it. So much murder has been done in the name of Christianity, and then you have most Christians be like, well, that ain't part of my church. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Look, you Christian, man. Y'all all together. Don't get it twisted. Yes, y'all all under the same creed. Understand that. And most people don't, but that's something that we need to deal with. All of the Catholic little molestations going on by little children, that's all part of your creed. That's all something you took an oath to. That's all something that you are part of, that you giving energy to, that you know, giving power to. And oh yeah, just to think about it, the one with TD Jakes. TD Jakes is on the panel with this one guy, and he's complaining about paying the Queen of Rome 40%. So his argument is, how do you expect me to collect 10% from the people and pay 40% to the Queen of Rome? Right? So, like, we our own worst enemy. We already get taxed on our own land. And now we turn around every week and we go give our money willingly to the Queen of Rome. This is TD Jakes saying this out his own mouth. This is their boy, you know. Right. Yeah, and he's like, he not just saying it, he upset about it. Like, how you really expect for me to take 10% and pay 40% to the Queen of Rome? And it's like, we got our own worst enemies at the end of the day. And that's the next video. We're going to come up and we're going to go to the hood and we're going to go check out these churches, man. And we're going to show y'all just what's been happening with these churches. We're going to show you the history behind the church. Just on this block alone by my house, I counted 10 churches on one block. So we're going to start from one end and we're going to go all the way to the other end. We're going to look at their history, how long they've been there. And we're going to look at their building funds, see what they done built, see what they done did for the community since they've been there. And I'm going to just show you where all your money going and just how, you know, we funding our own downfall. Yeah. Man, like, you can give me your money. Within a year, I'll show you how to flip. I'll show you some interest. Yeah, right. You can see some good being done. But we'll go 30 years giving money, paying to hear somebody entertain from this one book that we could have read ourselves which most people, they ain't gonna take the time out to read the book themselves, so they'll pay their entire life to go hear pieces from the book and never even hear the whole book, because if you heard the whole book, you definitely wouldn't agree with the whole book. Because when you read it for what it is, the only one that's doing any harm is God. People don't like when I say that, but I read the book. In Genesis, you find the devil. When he meets Eve, he tells her if she eat from the tree of good and evil, she would be like God. She would know right from wrong. She would know good from evil. Because she didn't know. She was walking around in the garden. Only thing she knew was not to eat from that tree. She didn't know she was naked. She didn't know nothing. She was dumber than a box of rocks at the end of the day. So the devil came and told her, hey, if you want to know something, just go eat from this tree. So that's the first time the devil appeared. I don't know if that's bad or not. Like, he gave us free will when you read it for what it is. The second time he appeared in the book of Job. And Job is God's most faithful servant. And God and Job actually make a bet. No, God and the devil actually make a bet on Job's life. So the devil is basically saying, man, I can take him to the strip club. I can get him to get high. I can get him to drink. I can get him to turn up. And God like, nah, he'll never do that. He my most faithful servant. He'll never do that. And the devil like, man, you crazy, bet it. And God like, all right, bet. You can do anything to him, just don't kill him. So the devil taking through all these changes. Well, God allowed the devil to take him through all these changes, harm his children. He didn't kill him, but he harmed them. He harmed his family. He brought on so much to Job. And Job kept saying, God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? The whole time God was making a bet on his life. And so them the two times when I really see the devil appear in the Bible. And then in Revelation, they talking about it, but he don't really appear in the Bible. But then you can find God sending Moses to free the children of Egypt, the children of Israel from Pharaoh. And when Moses get there, Pharaoh got a cold heart. He refused to free the people. So God just started bringing on all these plagues on the whole land of Egypt. And when you look at it, that's like God punishing all of the U.S. for the dumb shit that Donald Trump doing. Like, that just don't make sense. But that's what I'm saying. When you read it for what it is, the only person you find doing any harm and really killing people is God, according to the book. But like I say, most people not going to read the book for themselves. But I just find that interesting. When you read it for yourself, it's like, well, hold on. This God, like, just who is he? At one point, they call Satan in Isaiah. They said that he was the sun, the bright and morning star. Said he was cast down. How you have fallen me or something. I can't remember it verbatim. But then it goes on later, and they call Jesus the same thing. The bright and morning star, the Son of God. So again, yin, yang, good, evil, dark, light, black, white. It's all, that's all it's about at the end of the day, is a positive energy and a negative energy. It's no God or no devil or this man sitting up in the sky watching over you for hundreds of years or thousands of years, and then one day he's going to come back, he's going to bring all these people from the dead, and he's going to judge all these people, and he's just up there sitting in the sky on this big throne with gold robes. And like, come on, man, it's mythology. And most people, like, they don't read it for what it is, and then when they do read it for what it is, it's like they don't understand its allegories, its metaphors, it's all kind of subliminal, you know, because it's decoded. So for instance, when Moses come back down the mountain and he see them praying to the golden calf, they praying to Taurus. But they tell you that to stay away from astrology. But then when Jesus tell the man to go into the synagogue and look for the man with the pitcher of water, That's Aquarius. Another one with the man with 2 fish. That's Pisces. So it's funny that, you know, Jesus is the sun, the bright and morning star. You got the sun, the bright and morning star. Jesus had 12 disciples. The sun got 12 zodiac houses. They tell you not to follow astrology, but everything is based off astrology. Everything is based off the sun, the moon, and the stars. Without it, we'll be lost. We wouldn't know north, east, south, or west. So everything is based off up above. And as it is above, so it is below. So, yeah, it's weird, man. Just trying to talk to some people, and it's like, I get some people who call me and they want to know, they take information and they go do their research. And then I get some people, they want to have a debate. And like, I'm not here to debate you. I'm just here to give you the information. You can go and look it up. You can go and research it. Or, you know, you could disregard it. It's, at the end of the day, it's on you. I'm just giving you the information. So yeah, with that being said, man, trying to think anything else I wanted to give y'all as far as the religion, because I know I'm trying to cover it all. I'm gonna have some more questions. And like I said, I really tried to return to everybody phone call. For the people that did start following me on Facebook, I don't have Messenger on my phone. I don't have Facebook on my phone, and I don't have Messenger.
Smart man.
Yeah. So
I'm the guinea pig. I have all that stuff.
Yeah. So when I do get to it, I look at it, and basically my number, Instagram, SunGod365 DMs. I get them right away. I do got Instagram on my phone. And with that, that's it, man. Love, peace, freedom, justice, and truth. Till the next time, y'all be good. Peace.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.